Hey, fuck you. See, does that work for a sign-on? Like, Prince of Macedon will say, hey guys, kinda gay, at the beginning of his videos. And, Heir of Carthage will say, what the crap is up, YouTube, or something like that. I'll just say fuck you at the beginning of my videos as my intro, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something better. This is a video. Some guy, I think he was Polish, messaged me wanting to see an update of King Almighty mod. So that's why I'm making this video, and also it gives me a chance to show a 3 versus 3 31k battle with members of my, what at the time was my future clan and now is my former clan, RV. So in this video I'm playing as Germany, and I've got a bunch of chosen axemen. This guy holding this fucking sign up is the standard bearer for the Germans, and these guys have big axes. I think in previous videos they didn't have helmets, but I threw a helmet on them. I think it looks better. Then my second line, I've got these are Night Raiders, so they're like naked except for their little underwear, and they have a cloak, a black cloak, and they have an axe, a one-hand axe with a shield, and their bodies are all painted black so they can sneak up on people and rape and pillage. I think in previous videos these guys were reskinned as wolf warriors, but I decided to stick with the Night Raiders instead and get rid of the wolf warrior. I have 2 units of berserkers. I put some armor on the berserkers rather than have them shirtless like they were in some of my other videos, and they carry you can see here, a big fucking hammer for bashing heads. And then I've got I think 6 units of Gothic cavalry, and this is the Gothic, this is the German version of the Gothic cavalry. And the general, the general, actually I have a skin for the general, but this is the vanilla general. Alright, so my teammates, I got, this is HoS God Complex, also known as the Irishman. He's kind of a smart mouth little guy, but I get along with him pretty well. I get along with Irish. I like Irish people. They're among my favorite people on the planet. They got their asses handed to them by the British for a really long time and survived and thrived in America. So Irish people I like. He's got 2 units of Archer Auxilia, which in my mod are they're what are they, Syrian archers? Yeah, the Archer Auxilia are Syrian archers in my mod, and then the Roman archers are Italian, some sort of an Italian Socii archer. These are urban cohorts, but they are going to be renamed Praetorians, because urban cohorts in real life sucked ass. They were basically police and firemen and riot control, that kind of shit. And the elite soldiers of Rome were the Praetorian Guard. So these are the SPQR version of the Praetorians. And he's got, along with the 2 archers and all those Praetorian infantry, he's got 6 units of Praetorian cavalry. The cavalry rider still needs to be re-skinned, but the horses are done. And then my other teammate here is Lean Mouse. I don't really know him, but I know he's an ally of RV, along with God Complex. He's playing as Macedon. And this unit is they're Royal Pikemen in the game, but once the mod is finished, these are going to be basically a silver shield. I mean, the Macedon faction will be modeled after Alexander the Great's Macedon, and these are basically veteran silver shields, I guess. These are Alexander's silver shields. So they're older guys. Like if you watch the movie Alexander, they were all the silver shields were old men, and so that's how I've portrayed them in my mod. They got their gray beards, and I've read that a lot of them were like 50, 60 years old, and they were pretty badass for being old men. They probably couldn't kick my ass, but probably most of you, they would beat the shit out of you, those old guys. And then he's got a couple of units of Cretan archers. No cavalry. Oh no, he's got more than... Okay, yeah, he's got 2 Cretans and 4 of the regular archers, but the regular Greek archers are not reskinned yet. I mean, they were done, but I didn't like them, so I'm doing them over again. Every time I reskin a unit, I think it gets better. And so now for the RV clan, and I like all these guys. I was in a clan with them, and I had to leave because I really can't. I don't really have time to play competitively because I'm trying to finish this mod. And I didn't want to make them look bad by going out and getting my ass kicked in tournaments and shit, so I left the RV clan. Maybe I'll rejoin when I'm done with my mod. And see, this is RV Heartless, or Heart, he goes by. He's got a lot of urban cohorts, and this is the Julii version of the urban cohort. And yeah, he's got a shit ton of them. Doesn't look like he has any missile support. Just urban cohorts and Praetorian cavalry. But Hart is like this. I mean, I've seen pictures of all 3 of these guys in the RV clan, and Hart is kind of like this redneck racist dude. Like, he hates all minorities. I think many times he's gone online and said, if it ain't white, it ain't right. He chews tobacco. He's got a big beer gut. He guzzles beer like nonstop, and he likes to get into fights. You know, typical Texas redneck. And then his little buddy over here, RV CTG, also known as Constantine the Great. He's a young guy. I think he's like 15 years old. Looks kind of like a girl. He admits that. He's proud of it, actually. And he's got a couple units of Balearic slingers. These guys are from off the coast of Spain. And they've got little fucking ponytails. Kind of effeminate. Like CTG. And, well, this is the Sacred Band Cavalry. They're not reskinned, but you can see the horse at least. Well-armored horses. He's got 3 of them. And then all his infantry are Carthaginian Sacred Band. And this unit has changed also from the early videos. I think in the early videos they had more of a Greek style pseudo-Corinthian helmet, but I gave him a different style of helmet, more in tune with what the Carthaginians would have worn. And I redid the armor. Pretty much the entire unit is redone, except for the shield. They still have the lion's head on their shields because they were called the Lions of Carthage. So he's got a ton of those guys. And then last but not least, the fearless leader of RV, the legend, RV Earth. And you can see the game is lagging now that I'm showing like every army, because this is a 31k 3 versus 3, so you got big armies. And like I've said in a previous video, though it's lagging pretty good right now, once I get sprites made for them, for the new units, they will reduce the lag considerably. He's also got Archer Auxilia, Roman cavalry, or not Roman cavalry, Praetorian cavalry, and Praetorian infantry, which I've already shown because he's playing as the Julii, just like Hart. But Earth is, he looks like your typical Slav. He's into like violent sports, and tries to get laid constantly. That's pretty much how Slavs are. Slavs are pretty tough guys, I have to say. I'll give them that. They've got a lot of great champions, really, in fighting. I think they're just tough people because they had to live under the rule of dictators and communists and all that shit. And they got their asses kicked constantly, so it made them tougher as people. But you got guys like the Klitschko's and Fedor. Who else is a Slav? The UFC heavyweight champion is a Slav, Stipe Miocic. Yeah, a lot of tough Slavs out there in the world of fighting, and Earth is a pretty tough guy too, I think. Actually, I would have no idea how tough he is, but I'll assume he's a tough guy just because he's Slavic. Slavs are probably the toughest guys on the planet after the Americans, of course. We'll beat the shit out of anybody. Okay, so now Earth is coming after me fast and first because I think I was the last guy invited. These other 5 guys are all friends, and they kind of sent me an invite. Like I said, I wasn't a member of RV yet at the time, so I was kind of like the last guy to join. They were probably inviting a bunch of people, and I just happened to hop in. and take that last spot. But god damn, this is lagging like a mother. Not only is the reskin causing the lag because the units don't have sprites, but also I'm recording this with Fraps, and Fraps it lags the game really badly. This runs a lot more smoothly if I wasn't recording, but I'm losing a lot of infantry here from Earth because he's got a bunch of these Syrian archers shooting up my unarmored Germans. So I think it was the Irish kid that said, hey, you better just go ahead and unleash your rush, because you're gonna, the longer you wait, the more men you're gonna lose, because these Syrians have really long range. So I decided to go after Earth, and he's turning around and running like a little bitch right now. No, he's not a little bitch. He's actually really good. One of the better players at Rome Total War out there. But against a Germania rush, I think he wanted to pull me back.
Your warlord is dead. How well will his warriors fight without a general?
Right there, I lost my general already, which is bad if you're playing as a barbarian faction, because your units take a big hit in morale. But I've got my cavalry out to the right, trying to slow down his infantry so that my Germans can catch and kill. It'll probably start lagging a little less once guys start dying. But you can see his Praetorians are falling back rapidly. I'm trying to use my cavalry to slow them down and so that my infantry can catch him. And the Irish kid is doing a good job. He's got his cavalry in there too, trying to do the same. So we still have a good amount of space here until we get to the border. One of the great things about Rome 1 is the maps are big. If this was a Rome 2 battle, there's really nowhere to retreat to because the maps are so small. There's the border right there. So I misused my cav and ended up getting them all killed as a result, but my infantry is going to catch his infantry. He's lost a few of his urbans already. There goes another one routing. I'm still chasing. Here comes the Irish kid from the side there to slow down more of his urbans, or Praetorians I should call them. They're Praetorians. Two more route, and that one unit there escaped. So Earth lost almost all of his infantry. I think he's only got 2 left. And right there I might have been able to take out one of them, but I wasn't microing very well. And those axemen, chosen axemen, took a rear charge. So CTG made the effort to try and get over to save his leader there, but not quick enough. So now we have a big advantage in infantry. Now I wanted to keep the rush going here. I wanted to keep I wanted to stay behind CTG and have my allies here on the left attack from the other side, so we can like sandwich and mass rout even more of their infantry. But my allies stopped just short. This lean mouse guy. See, my Knight Raiders are getting killed by the Sacred Band. And he's got, if he had just ran all these guys into these two Sacred Bands, he would have routed them and saved my Knight Raiders, but he's going to stand there and let my Knight Raiders get killed. He hasn't even dropped his pikes on his silver shields. So the Irish kid is advancing this way. And Hart and CTG are pulling back.
Units, move out!
And you can see Earth's cavalry are routing one of my units back there, one of my cav units that came back from routing. I think Earth is probably taking charge of these two right now and telling them what to do. So now everybody's going to regroup. I just got off work and I'm fucking tired.
Units, forward!
I don't even want to make the rest of this video now, but
Units,
fuck it.
forward!
We'll let it play to the end. So this is what's left of my army over here. Knight Raiders and a few of these chosen axemen. And is that a berserker? No. I don't know if I have any berserkers. Oh yeah, there we go. Here's a berserker unit, 6 guys left in it, and another Knight Raider. Even in daytime, these guys are really dark. But if you do a night battle with this unit, they're really difficult to see, which is what I was going for. I mean, they're fucking Knight Raiders. You're not supposed to be able to see them at night. So my allies have pretty much their whole armies intact. They're regrouping. And Hart and CTG have most of their armies intact also. CTG lost a couple of Sacred Band. And these guys are heavily upgraded. It looks like they got 8 upgrades. He lost a couple of them that got separated and routed. They have a cav edge because Heartless has all 6 of his Praetorians, and there are 3 more Praetorian cav under the command of Earth. 4, actually, under the command of Earth. And CTG's Balearic Slingers are targeting my German, or they were targeting my German units, but Lean Mouse moved this this unit of Silver Shields into loose formation to protect what's left of my infantry. So I'd say at this point we've got an advantage. I made one stupid mistake here in moving my Germans around the flank where the Sacred Band were. I would have been a lot better off going around the other side and flanking hard, because Germans are much more effective against Romans than they are against pikemen. Now you're seeing the phalanx battle on the left, and Romans versus Romans on the right, or at the top of the screen. And I'm going to send my Germans in to attack the flank of Carthage. Hard to watch in slow-mo.
You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Hearts general dying. There we are. Roman on Roman. And there's the Legionary Eagle. Standard. Get a shot of him wearing the lion skin. Oh, now he's dead.
The warlord of the enemy army is running like a startled goat. Hunt him. Goats make
So these
good
are not
eating.
the final version of the... Oh, there we go. The RB are now admitting defeat.
Enemy warlord lies dead. Now he can drink with his ancestors and watch
These are
his
not the
warriors
final
flee.
version of the Praetorians. I mean, these are okay. This unit, which I'm calling Praetorians, in the final version of my
We
mod,
need fight
not
no
going to be
more. The enemy are in
Praetorians.
full flight, and the victory is yours.
They're going to be armored evocati, I think, which is in Rome 2 they have a unit called evocati, and then another unit called armored legionnaires, and these kind of combine the two of them. They've got the armor on their right arm. They're heavily armored, but the Praetorians, which will fuck. You'll see when the whole fucking thing is done. It's hard to explain. Here's the results screen. The Irish kid got a shit ton of kills, 2,200. Lean Mouse got a lot less. He got about the same as me, but he did finish the game with his army intact, whereas my army was all dead, mostly dead. And Earth had a bad game, which is rare. Like I said, he's one of the better guys on Rome Total War. And CTG got a fair number of kills. A lot of those were my guys. Yeah, not a bad game. This is the only game the only team battle I've ever played with RV. Though I was in that clan for a couple of weeks. The only other games I played with RV were against Hades, and I did 3 1v1s with Hades. But I lost all 3 of them. I'm not going to post any of them because I lost. No, I actually didn't save any of them, so we're going to have to do another 1v1 so I can save it and then show me losing to Hades in a 1v1. But that's all for now.